Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today I am going to share my top 5 tools for card making. I've been creating cards since 2017, so I feel like as I enter into my 5th year, I know what works for me and it might also be a great tool for you. Some of these fall on the low end of the cost spectrum and some on the higher end, but all are tools that I use on pretty much every card I create, and I think they are worth their weight in crafty gold. So stick around to see my personal choice for my top 5 tools for card making coming up next. Number 5, reverse tweezers. This type of tool was life-changing for me. The cool thing is, you squeeze to open, so they always are in this tight closed position. There's also some available now in black from Honeybee Stamps, and this tool, at first I thought, well, why do all these crafters on YouTube seem to use these? Well, they help you hold things, so that's sort of an obvious one, right? But the thing that is so cool about reverse tweezers is there's this constant pressure on whatever you're holding, and it allows you to see what you're doing, whether you use them to stack die cuts for dimension or just for allowing you to have that visual clearance as you are designing your cards. I love that my fingers really don't have to be in the way when I'm placing. This tool, for sure, changed my card making life. Number 4, the Embellishment Wand by Studio Katia. This gorgeous little wand is perfect for picking up sequins and other shiny things. Now I've replaced my tip on this. You can pick any color tip that they sell. It comes with a black tip, but this tool is fantastic. It's got the little pokey end, and it's the perfect tool I have found so far for picking up sequins. And I've tried a few, but this one for sure is my favorite. The tip is sort of this waxy material. And for those of you who've watched my channel, you know what I like to do when I place the sequins. That's right. We like to say, boop. Now here's the black tip. And the main reason I changed out to the white tip, the black will leave marks on your white cardstock if you're not careful. And sometimes I'm a little clumsy when I'm doing the sequin or gem placement. So I decided to go with the white tip to avoid getting any black marks on my cardstock. And of course, there are colors to suit every style. Well, there's a handful of them. But again, not only does this tool work like a charm, it's so pretty to look at. Number 3, Antistatic Powder tools. I have a few here in the craft/dining room, and the whole point of these tools is to dispense a little powder down onto your cardstock so that when you stamp down your sticky embossing ink, the powder that you're embossing with only sticks to that sticky ink. You can also get one from EK Tools. Maybe this has happened to you when you have stamped. You have your stamp set up and you have your cardstock, and you're going to get everything set up so that you can emboss your stamp onto that cardstock. And what happens is you get it all inked up, you press it down, and of course the tool I'm using right now, this might show up later on my list, but I'm stamping down to get that greeting. And I'm also going to use a stamp press, which I'll mention in my blog post that's going to go along with this video. But here's the thing. Years ago, as a scrapbooker, I never stamped very much because every single time I did, here's what happened. I'd get the greeting in place, I'd sprinkle on my embossing powder, and then when I shook it off, it always did this. Powder stuck everywhere, and I thought to myself, why do people even bother with this? Because this is a hot mess, okay? That was my experience. Enter the Antistatic Powder tools. The whole point of these, powder up that cardstock, right? It just releases a little bit of fine powder. And the goal here is to help that excess powder not stick, right? So you go through the same process. You ink up, with your sticky ink, transfer that image to your cardstock, and it works like magic. You sprinkle on your powder, and off pretty much all of it comes except where you stamped. So here's the thing, cardstock, it likes to take the oils from our hands, or maybe you have static in your crafting area, but now all you have to do is just maybe brush off a fleck here or there, as opposed to having powder stick everywhere on the cardstock. This little tool alone, whichever kind you choose, it is going to make a huge difference in all of your stamping and embossing. Number 2, a score buddy. If you're going to make handmade cards, you are going to need a way to score the folds. Otherwise, it just gets all cracky and weird, right? And we don't want that. The Score Buddy is a fantastic tool for doing just that. Whether you are scoring a horizontal card, right, and going like that, or whether you are doing a top folding card, you need to add that score line. The other thing is too, it also works for larger card sizes, and you can even use this for super crafty techniques like adding score lines to any piece of cardstock. The Score Buddy is probably my most used tool in the craft/dining room. And number 1, the Misti Stamp Positioner tool. This is the key to why I stuck with card making. I got one right at the start. I had a mini Misti, and this tool changes the way you stamp, period. I think the key is just being able to get that perfect impression every time. But the magic of the Misti, for me, was the ability to stamp in the same place more than once. Because here's the thing, when I stamped in the past, every image pretty much looked like crap. I never got it down all the way, just like that. That's how I stamped, and I found it discouraging. But the beauty of this tool, you can push it right back into that corner and stamp and stamp and stamp again right in the same place until you get the look you're going for. It's just changed everything. I never have to think about whether or not I'm going to be able to stamp an image well. Also, because I use a stamp press with the Misti tool, it's so easy on my wrists. And I'm telling you, if you have wrist issues, it's also a game changer. You can use it for red rubber cling stamps and put the cling stamp right into the Misti when you take the little pad out, and it helps you get the best impressions with cling stamps. The pad for the Misti is an extra add-on. It comes with an insert pad and a pad of paper, but the tool itself, whether you are experimenting with funky techniques like using Gina K Design's Wreath Builder, it is going to let you explore all the creative ideas you have when it comes to stamping. This tool is my favorite tool. I know it's an investment, but I am telling you, if you're serious about your crafting and card making, you are not going to regret it. Also, you can use layered stencils in it. The techniques are endless. I realize there are a lot of tools out there to make your crafting and card making easier, but I really believe this grouping is a fantastic place to start. Check out my blog post, and you can find the link for that below in the description box, and I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.